She's been awarded one of the top 10 Working Women of America award. You've probably heard of her before, met her a couple of times, so I want to introduce her one more time, and that would be Rebecca. Come on down.
I'm just thrilled. We've been talking about this amazing book, Step Forward and Shine. We've been sharing different experiences around it all day long. And now we're going to get to hear from some of our amazing authors. We have over 20 authors here today that participated in this book. They have traveled in to share with each of you. So I would love for you to lean in, ears open, ready to receive what has been placed on their heart to share with you. And authors, we're going to do this by section. So this book has 6 powerful sections that were pulled forth. Every book that I get to lead has a different way it's structured. And sometimes I have a way that I find people and books and messages are categorized. This particular one, it was by vibration. Every section, 1 through 6, had a different vibrational energy that pulled and clustered the chapters in it. And then I muscle test and feel in to the order of every section. So who belongs in which section? And then within that section, what are the order of the chapters so that we can serve the reader at the highest level and meet with them as they go on a journey. So in the book, they can read it from cover to cover, taking that journey, or they can see which section draws them in, and then around that section in that chapter, it's going to have a similar vibration to meet them where they're at. Or sometimes they flip through and see which title draws them in. So today as we share, and we're going to do it section by section, we're going to start with section 1. I want you to feel in and see what the message is for you in that. What is pulling you forward? And I'll even share the page number. You can find their chapter. So you can take notes, enjoy, and be ready to meet our amazing authors of Step Forward and Shine, international #1 bestseller, multiple categories, multiple countries. We're honored to bring it to the world. So can I have my amazing authors that are here today from section, let me make sure I'm doing the clusters correctly, section 1 and 2 authors, and have you line up on this side. So sections 1 and 2. Beautiful. And something I do on the radio show, Empowering Women, Transforming Lives, I introduce each person. I like to share just a little bit about them and then we grandly welcome them, cheer them on as they take the center of the stage. And I'd like to have that same experience today if you'll join in with me. Can we do that? Yes. Okay, fabulous. So Gail, as I have you approach the stage, I'm going to share a little bit about you, absolutely. And I'm going to hand the mic to you, and we'll make sure it's on. There you go. So let me share a little bit about Gail. She's known as the creative accountant. She's had a fascination with business beginning at age 8 years old. Fascinated with numbers and how all those systems work. And she dreamed of someday helping businesses, and that started at 8 years old, right? So let's start stepping forward.
Okay. Step forward.
She stepped into her dream when she became the owner of Bodie Office Solutions. Now she's been supporting businesses for 28 years, and just shared you tripled your business. I know you shared that earlier today, so we celebrate that with you.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Best-selling author and a speaker who's passionate about helping you become empowered in your business. Let's welcome Gail Bodie to the center of the stage. Woo!
Wow. Okay, well, thank you very much. This has been a dream of mine to be able to reach more people. I watched my dad struggle in his business, and like I said, I started pricing cans, so inventory at 8. And it really struck me on how much he struggled. So one of the things that helped me, and I'm a how-to person, so I'm more back room, nose to the grindstone, just get it done person. And with Rebecca, the purpose, what is your purpose? All of that I didn't understand it. And finally, I took a class where I got my values. And one of my values was pioneer. And I'm like, I'm born and raised San Francisco, 4th generation. Nobody, no covered wagons, no horses, none of that, no tumbleweeds, that's not happening. But I finally realized that pioneer meant innovation. It meant exploring. It meant going out and doing things that other people don't do. My grandfather in his grocery store was one of the first people in the 30s, 40s, to have frozen food. Homemakers were like, you got fresh food right over there. No one is going to go to the frozen food section. We have frozen food today. So that was innovative in the 40s. So that really resonated with me. And discovering that underlying message is what brought my spark. So I invite you to find what ignites your spark and go with it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great. And actually, Gail, if I could have you. I forgot to explain that. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Wonderful. And Marlene. Oh, and I forgot to let you know, Gail's chapter starts on page 18. Marlene starts on page 31. So Marlene, come on up. Welcome. Now, we got to meet Marlene a little bit earlier, but I still want to share some about you. So Marlene is a #1 international best-selling author, multiple books now, speaker, mamapreneur, certified money coach, podcast host, and let me see. Oh, and I'm launching, and I just keep sharing this, but it was a big part of the campaign that you launched your book on your daughter's birthday in honor of her and celebrating that. And let's see, you are absolutely passionate about helping you unfold your financial dream one brave feather at a time. Please help me warmly welcome the amazing Marlene Elizabeth to the center of the stage. Woo!
Thank you. So the name of my chapter is called Financially Step Forward and Shine, and it's connected to learning about really asking yourself, what's your gift? And we've kind of heard a little bit about that on the stage. And I know one of the stories I share in the book is that I really never knew the creative person that I was. And I remember taking a dance class, and we performed the dance, and the teacher recorded it, and not the next day, 3 weeks later, he had played the tape back to us. And I saw this beautiful dancer on the video, and I said, oh my gosh, she wasn't in the class. I don't remember who she was. Who was she? And they all said, Marlene, that's you. And I had been so disconnected to that in myself. And so I ask you, has that ever happened to you? So my chapter talks about really being deeply connected with your gift. And at the end, I give 5 steps how you can step forward and financially shine in 2019. So enjoy the book and the chapter. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Let me get that way. Yeah, perfect. Okay, Nancy. So Nancy's chapter starts on page 40. This is my Nancy. I'm claiming you. So she has an MA, MBA, CPCC, lots and lots of powerful education. A soul purpose advocate, and I want you to hear this. She will advocate for your soul and helping you step into its purpose. Best-selling author, launching your own book very, very soon, about to be released. She's worked in both corporate consulting and personal transformation for over 20 years, and she's absolutely passionate about people lining up their soul's greatest expression and living it every single day. Please warmly welcome the amazing Nancy Monson to the center of the stage.
It's Christmas. I'm 6 years old. All my brothers and sisters are here, my nieces and nephews. I'm so excited. I love it when they come to visit. Look, there's my daddy. He's got the fancy camera with the big lights. Oh, I love it when he gets the lights out and the camera. I love to pose. I love to goof around. Nancy Lynn, there's my mother. Oh no, get over here. You're embarrassing me. She shoves me into the bedroom and I trip. I fall and I hit my face on the headboard. Instantly, my eye goes black. I'm so ashamed. I have to go back out in front of all my family with a black eye. That's what hid my talent. It happened again in school, not that long after that, and I shut down. And it took me taking a class on using improvisational skills to speak to help me get my voice back. In my chapter, Follow Your Heart, one of the tips that I share is how to reclaim the gifts that you have hidden. So I hope it helps you. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. So again, her chapter starts on page 40. Anyone taking notes of the pages and chapters? So I'd love to have Lori come on up. And I was admiring all her sparkles and shine today. I love it. Thank you. It's beautiful, beautiful. So Loria is a change agent for health. She's been an RN for over 35 years.
Almost 40 now.
Almost 40. And resolved her own chronic pain and stress with integrative medicine, and is now a holistic practitioner that helps others do the same. She's helped thousands do this. And she's absolutely passionate about helping you reduce your physical and emotional pain. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Lori Rajo to the center of the stage.
The title of my chapter is Step Into Your Passion. Have you ever asked yourself the question, why am I doing this? Or did you like what you were doing, or do you feel like what you were doing no longer feeds your soul, even though it did in the past? I have discovered that if you feel something in your life is no longer fulfilling, you can explore the things you're drawn to and create the life that truly aligns with you and your passion. So my chapter is about my story, my journey, shifting from conventional RN of 30 years to holistic practitioner and instructor at the age of 50. You see, in my work, it was no longer serving my soul, and I was looking for something else. And the universe opened opportunities to me, and I said yes. So in my book, I also talk about the challenges, the doubts, the frustrations that I felt making this transition. Everything from the doctors and some of my nursing colleagues telling me I was crazy when I started doing energy medicine in the hospital, to taking myself out of an employee role and becoming an entrepreneur. So I give you tips in the book, and I thank you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. Beautiful, thank you. Great. Genevieve, come on up. So Genevieve, absolutely glad to have you here. Absolutely. Genevieve is a relationship, sexuality, and life coach. She specializes in helping women live an embodied life of love, confidence, radiance, pleasure, and purpose. Can we please lean in and give a powerful welcome to the amazing Genevieve Roro to the center of the stage.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. I wanted to read a section from my chapter The title is The Rise of the Feminine, She Power. This is how you know you hit a certain age. Have you ever heard of the triple goddess archetype, the maiden, mother, and crone? Each represents the stages in a woman's life. Part of knowing and participating in your feminine power is being able to access any of these at will. Working with archetypes is powerful work because being able to embody the different aspects of ourselves is key to wholeness and sovereignty. We have many roles that we play, and it is important not to only access them, but also to join them as well. Because if you shrink in one area of your life, you shrink in all areas of your life. Recently, I had the pleasure of having my mother in one of my workshops titled Embrace Your Venus, Goddess of Love, Beauty, and Sexuality. She represented the crone, who is the older, silver-haired wise one, who has deep wisdom and she cultivated over a lifetime. During her share, her words broke my heart. And at the same time, they inspired me. As she began to speak, no words came out, but rather tears. Through her tears, she said, I am 70 years old and I am crying because I am just now learning about this. Opening to your voice of truth and sexuality. She went on, because in my era, we were taught to, and she gestured, putting her hand over her mouth, to be quiet. The reason I felt my heart break was because as her daughter, I am able to see the effects the silence have had over the years. The reason my heart broke is because as with my mother, this is the story for many women in the world, and all the women that I work with. The common thread is that for years, we have been silenced. So there's our time. But as we know, there's many women who have been elected in Congress. Woo-hoo!
Thank you. It's okay. Thank you. Okay. So I'd love to give everyone a moment to just kind of stop and pause, let the messages sink in. And while you're doing that, if I could have sections. Actually, section 3, come on up. And Genevieve's chapter started on page 70. I want to make sure I'm getting everybody. And Lori's was on page 59 in case I missed mentioning that. So, with that, Sean, I'd love to have you come on up. So Sean has shared a little bit about himself earlier as an individual who has autism. He shares his personal story in this book in such a powerful and moving way. You will be truly inspired by what he shares, what you share in this book.
Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. His chapter starts on page 87, and he shares some of the amazing things that he's overcome and brought forward. And one of the things I love about you, Sean, is your attitude. You always lift my spirits. Every conversation, every time we connect, and I really appreciate that about you.
I appreciate you more than you appreciate me.
I don't know. Can we warmly welcome Sean Sullivan to the center of the stage?
I used to go to a boarding school. While I was at the boarding school, I would be forced to sleep outside on the concrete. I would not be provided 2 meals a day. People would throw rocks at me because I have autism. The thing that got me through it was myself, me, myself, and I. I think back to myself and wonder if I could do it again, would I? And the answer is yes. And that's because adversity is a friend of mine. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. One of the moments in his chapter, can I share a little bit? So, one of the things that really touched and inspired me in his chapter, he just gave you a snapshot of some of what he experienced. But he actually rescued himself from that environment. And you'll see that story unfold in the book. And the healing journey that he went on. And I love what he shared because sometimes we have to rescue ourselves and lean in and do that. And Sean has. And I admire that about him. So Sean, thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Dr. Phyllis, if I could have you come on down or come on up. Wonderful. So Dr. Phyllis Flemings is a transformational coach that wants to help people, you in particular, discover your passions again. Really be able to fully embody them, bring them forward in a powerful, powerful way. She has an MPA, a PhD, numerous coaching certifications with over 30 years experience. And she wants to help you step more fully into your passion and your purpose. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Phyllis Flemings to the center of the stage.
My chapter is, make sure I get the name right, Connect to Your Heart and Trust Your Higher Self. The thing is, what I talk about in this particular chapter, I've been in 2 other anthologies, so you get to know me pretty well after a while. So in this particular one, I am talking about how when I decided to go on my own and open my own business, in coaching, passion test, I stepped out because I was determined, because that was my calling, and I knew it was. Even with the calling, though, we need a plan. Unfortunately, I didn't do that. I just stepped out and started the business. And I took course after course, seminar after seminar, still wasn't making it work. I had a lot of good information, a lot of things that I wanted to share. I was very excited, but I needed a little bit more than that. So I had to step back and get this plan. And so in my chapter here, I talk about taking that time to go within first. You sit and you ask those angels. You ask God. You ask that your inner self, your higher self that knows a little bit more than you do, help me to get on the right foot here. Because obviously the decisions I'm making, the definition of insanity? That's where I was, doing the same thing over and over. So that's what I talk about here, and I hope you get those tips and enjoy it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Mary. Okay, so Dr. Phyllis's chapter, page 92. Mary's, page 98. Great. So we have Mary, Writer Unleashed. I want everyone ready. Okay, great. So she is a best-selling author, Writer Unleashed, publisher, inspirational speaker, and she's been she's using her 30-plus years experience as a journalist so she can help you discover and tell your story that only you can tell. Please lean in. Warmly welcome the amazing Mary E. Knipple to the center of the stage. Woo!
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you all. So the chapter title is Unleash Your Possibility. And I have a gift for you to download a journal with some inspirational quotes in there so that you can start stepping into your story. And it occurred to me that we're coming into a crazy time of year where we're stressed for time anyway, and here we are adding on gift buying and wrapping and baking and entertaining. And I had this idea, okay, why don't you show people who say they don't have time to write how they can get 5 minutes a day? So I created a writing challenge, 5 minutes for 5 days. And you can sign up for this on my website, or you can give me your card and tell me that you would like the information. It's on my website, yourwritingmentor.com/challenge. And I'm going to send you a writing prompt, just the way we did today, and invite you to set your timer for 5 minutes. And we're going to start it, drum roll, Thanksgiving Day. So, a really crazy day, but you can do it. 5 minutes, 5 days. Thank you.
Thank you. I love that, because if we're able to do it that day, we can do it any day. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. My Holly. Welcome. So Holly Porter, who I love, is the CEO and founder of Prosperity Profiles, international speaker, 30 plus years as an entrepreneur and philanthropist, certified coach, beauty industry instructor, holistic practitioner who's absolutely passionate about helping you look, feel, and become prosperous. Please lean in. Warmly welcome Holly Porter to the center of the stage.
Thank you, everybody. All these PhDs, all the PhD I have is in CRAP. My chapter is Clear the Clutter and Shine. And I share a lot of tips of, I can tell you everything not to do, okay? So if you follow them, you'll be golden, because I've learned a lot of things along the way. And a couple of the things that I share in there is the 3 Ds: do it, delegate it, or delete it. I don't know if you've heard that. Yeah, and that's a biggie. Like every day, if you just look at your list, and at the end of the day, you either do it, delegate it, or delete it. Those are just one of the 3 tips I put in here. Also, trivial many and critical few I talk about. You know, those of us that have checklists, we like to check off. I call those success lists, not to-do lists.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because you want to feel successful at the end of the day. So that's another one. The critical few, if you'll do those first in the day at your most productive time, you'll be a lot more productive, right?
Uh-huh.
And feel a lot better at the end of the day. So thank you. I hope you grab the book and read the rest of the tips. Thanks.
Great. Thank you. Thanks. Wonderful. So take a moment, maybe write that tip down. I thought that was great. I like that. Success. It was success list, not checklist. Success list. So that's a takeaway for me. And with that, if I could have our section 4 authors come on up. Are you a speaker looking to reach more people with your message? You have a global vision that you want to touch the world and make a global difference. If so, I have an amazing opportunity for you. It's called the Speaker Talent Search. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. You'll find all the details, but here are the highlights. With one application process, you get clarity on your message. You get to fine-tune how you want to reach the world. Then you'll have everything ready in one place for the opportunities when they come. Second, we select you as a finalist. You get to come in and audition with a 7-minute audition, open up the door to hundreds of speaking opportunities. I hope you lean in. I hope you say yes. We would love to hear your message. Help you touch the world powerfully. Again, that's thespeakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your powerful message.